Hello and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. And joining us right here today is Rylee Austin. Rylee, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get started by getting to know you a little and tell us how you got started in music. Tell us a little bit about you and how you got started in your musical journey.
So I got started in music. I wanted to learn guitar around 8. And so I was real big into Loretta Lynn as an 8-year-old, which is crazy. Loretta Lynn and the Judds and stuff like that. So I started learning guitar. And then Pops, my guitar teacher, Robin McCombs, he got me in there one day and I was singing and he was like, "It's just us. You don't have to worry about it. It's nobody. It's no big deal." So I get in there and I start singing Walking After Midnight, and the front door opens and people start coming in and I start panicking. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." He looks at me, he says, "No, ma'am, keep going." So started singing around 8, got in my first band at 18. Went to music, then I'd stop and go do something else, whether it be law enforcement, bail bonding, anything like that. And then joined my first band at 18 and signed with Grace Records last year. Released my first album and my first single. And so kind of how I got started.
That's awesome. So you have a song. Let's chat about it for a minute. It's called My Side. Tell us a little bit more about that song.
So that song, I was sitting around one day and I was kind of I have a big tendency to write about life. And it's like I tell people, the older you get, the more life you live and everything. But then again, with this song, it's more about how sometimes there's no need in telling your side. Just save it. Let the person, be the bad guy if you've got to be the bad guy in the story. So doesn't really do a whole lot of good sometimes to tell your side of it.
Now, if you had the opportunity to go anywhere in the world and do a show, where would you go and why would you go there, Rylee?
Ooh, but that's a hard one. Probably California, just because I've always wanted to see California. California or Kentucky.
Oh, well, there you go. Those are both perfect spots for sure. If you had the opportunity to collaborate with someone that you've never collaborated with before, whether they're with us today or not, who would you choose and why?
Ashley McBride. she is one of my favorite people, and I just think she would be amazing to collaborate with.
So, where do you see yourself and your musical career in the next couple years?
Well, I'm hoping in the next couple of years to still be doing what I'm doing and hopefully be on the Opry. That's one of my big goals.
Now, if you had the opportunity to share one piece of advice to anybody that's listening about really anything, if you had the opportunity to tell someone one piece of advice in just life, what would you tell them?
Oh gosh, I could sit there and write a book on that one. What would I tell them? Probably to keep pushing. Even if they tell you no, keep going. You can hear 1,000 no's and still keep going, because eventually you're going to get a yes.
Very, very well said, because that's for anything you want to do in life.
Right.
So if people want to check you out, where can they learn more about you?
Well, they can find me on Facebook. I do lives a lot on Facebook, Rylee Austin Official. They can find me on TikTok. They can find me. I have a website, www.ryleeaustinmusic.com. That's where you can find a lot of my dates and stuff like that.
And if you had just one message to tell anybody that was listening right now, what would you tell them?
Don't give up. Like I said, don't give up's a big thing for me. Life may get a little bumpy, but 9 times out of 10, it's a speed bump, not a permanent roadblock.
That is absolutely right. Now, you also have two songs I want to chat about. Well, we'll go with the second one now. It's called Playing Church. Tell us more about that song.
So that one, we were my friend Ashley and I were sitting around one night just kind of chit chatting, and we had said the line, "Play in church with her on Sunday like you wasn't with me last night." We are like, "Oh." So that one kind of stuck, and that's one of my fun songs. That's, believe it or not, I have an 11-year-old daughter, and that's her favorite song on my entire.
That's funny.
It's something to have her with me at a show, and my 11-year-old's over there singing every word, and everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy.
That would not be the one song you think an 11-year-old would like, though.
No, no, it wasn't. I was thinking hers would be more of the "I Love Her More." I thought would be her favorite, but no, no.
That is that's very interesting. I mean, that just tells you, who she is as a person, though,
Right. Well, she told me, she said, "Mama, she calls it my sassy song." So she likes it when Mama's a little sassy, I reckon.
That's amazing. Now, one more song I want to ask you about. Tell us a little bit more about the one that got away.
The one that got away, that one was, believe it or not, there's not really a story behind that one. I think I got that from watching a movie.
Really?
Believe it or not, a lot of folks are like, "Oh my gosh, your songs are about this, that, or." Sometimes I can get it from a TV show I'm watching or a movie or something. I'll be like, "Okay, well, that would make an interesting storyline." So, but there's a lot of people too that, kind of, I walked away and left them alone, so to say, and then I was the one that got away.
That's awesome. And Rylee, is there anything that I forgot to mention that you would like to mention before we go today?
I do have a new song coming out next Friday. Brand new. We just wrapped up the recording of it yesterday. So I'm pretty excited about this one. I think I'm excited more about this one than I was the one that got away. I think this one's going to be a big one.
That's super exciting. Make sure to check it out when it comes out on next Friday. And Rylee, Austin, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the Kayden Gordon Show, today's Best Country Mix. Definitely appreciate your time and support, and hope to have you on the show again real soon.
Thank you for having me. I sure appreciate it.